Imagine a ceremony with no fanfare, no chanting choir, no gilded altars. Just a quiet room, a single stick of incense, a person bowing, a bell rings, then fades into silence. Nothing else. And yet you feel something. A shift. The silence isn't empty. The simplicity isn't hollow. It's full. It's alive. This is the world of Zen ritual, where silence speaks louder than words and simplicity carries the weight of generations. In this video, we explore silence and simplicity in Zen rituals, how minimal forms, quiet gestures, and sacred stillness create space for awakening. You'll discover how these seemingly empty practices are, in fact, full of spiritual depth, and how they can reshape the way you relate to your own life. Welcome to the Unfolding Journey, a space for deep inquiry, spiritual insight, and inner transformation. We explore timeless wisdom, mindfulness, and the practices that reveal what's real. If you're seeking more than just answers, if you're looking for presence, clarity, and connection, you've come to the right place. Zen rituals are paradoxical. To the untrained eye, they may seem austere or overly repetitive. A bow here, a bell there, chanting in monotone, hours of sitting in silence. What could this possibly do? But that's precisely the point. Zen strips ritual to its bare essence. It removes the excess, the performative, the ornamental. What remains is pure presence. Every bow, every step, every breath becomes a practice of mindfulness, a complete act in itself. These rituals aren't aimed at pleasing a deity or performing for others. They're forms of embodied awareness. They train you to pay attention, to be still, to show up fully. In Zen, silence is not the absence of sound. It's the presence of everything. It's spacious. It's alive. Why is silence so central? The mind settles in silence. Without external noise or mental chatter, the mind stops grasping. It begins to see clearly. Silence levels the ego. Words are often tools of the ego, used to convince, argue, explain. Silence pulls the rug out from beneath that structure. Transmission beyond words. One of Zen's foundational sayings is, a special transmission outside the scriptures, not founded upon words and letters. By pointing directly to one's mind, it lets one see into one's own nature and attain Buddhahood. In ritual silence, the practitioner doesn't perform the practice. They become the practice. Examples of ritual silence. Zazen, seated meditation, the core of Zen. Sit down, shut up, wake up. Kinhin, walking meditation, slow, mindful steps. No talking, just presence. Oryoki, formal eating, silent meals with precise movements, gratitude, and no distractions. Temple entry and exit. Silent bowing when entering or leaving the zendo. Each silent act is charged with intention, turning ordinary movement into sacred ritual. Zen aesthetics are famously minimalist. Whether it's a stone garden, a tea ceremony, or temple robes, everything is pared down to what is essential. Why simplicity? Clarity. Simplicity removes distractions so the mind can rest in what is. Discipline. Simple forms require precision and mindfulness. Emptiness. Sunyata, the Zen view of reality, is rooted in emptiness, not as nothingness, but as freedom from fixed form. Simplicity embodies this. Simplicity in ritual practice. The bow, a small act of humility that acknowledges the sacred in all things. Incense offering, just one stick. No elaborate arrangements. Scent becomes awareness. Rakusu, robe of the precepts, a simple patchwork garment symbolizing the Buddha's robe. No status, no flair. Chanting, monotone, rhythmic, collective, not performance but unity. Zen rituals focus on the how, not the what. It's not about dazzling the senses. It's about sharpening awareness. Zen rituals are often repeated daily, even hourly. But this isn't mindless repetition. It's mindful refinement. What happens through repetition? Embodiment. Movements become second nature. The ritual becomes part of you. Letting go. The more you repeat, the less ego clings to the act. Depth. With each repetition, you notice something new. A deeper breath. A subtler thought. A quieter self. Zen teaches that enlightenment isn't an escape from routine, but a deeper immersion in it. Zen rituals may look minimalist, but they're rich with symbolism. 3 bows, often done before beginning zazen, symbolizing Buddha, Dharma, teaching, and Sangha community. Striking the bell marks the beginning and end of meditation, a sound that wakes you up to presence. Offering the first bite. In Oryoki, the first portion of food is offered to unseen beings, an act of compassion and interconnection. Yet, Zen also warns against clinging to form. Don't mistake the finger for the moon. The ritual points to the truth. It is not the truth itself. When performed with awareness, ritual becomes a gateway. Without awareness, it's just a performance. In Zen, the ultimate ritual is daily life. Washing a bowl, folding robes, sweeping the floor. Each act is sacred if done with full attention. Master Dogen said, "To study the Buddha way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self." Zen rituals train us to forget ourselves, not through denial, but through immersion. You don't become less human, you become more fully present. Can we bring Zen ritual into modern life? Yes, and it may be more necessary than ever. In a noisy, distracted world, intentional silence is radical. In a culture of excess, simplicity is transformative. You don't need a monastery. You need a moment. Ideas for daily practice. Begin your day with one mindful bow. Eat one meal in silence. Light incense without a reason, just for awareness. Create a small ritual before meditation or journaling. Walk slowly in nature, aware of each step. You don't need to be Buddhist to practice Zen simplicity. You just need to be present. Let's end with 2 short Zen anecdotes. The monk who bowed to a rock. A young monk was seen bowing to a rock daily. Someone asked, "Why are you bowing to a rock?" He replied, "I'm not bowing to the rock. I'm bowing to the Buddha nature in all things, including my resistance." The master's silence. A student asked, "Master, what is enlightenment?" The master said nothing. After a long silence, the student bowed and walked away, tears in his eyes. Later, he said, "In that silence, everything was answered." Zen rituals are not about exoticism. They are not about tradition for tradition's sake. They are powerful precisely because they point us away from distraction and toward this moment. Silence and simplicity are not limitations. They are the sacred vessels that carry presence, clarity, and awakening. In a world that often feels noisy and overwhelming, perhaps the most revolutionary thing we can do is sit still, do one thing at a time, and be fully here. If this reflection has resonated with you, if you feel the pull of silence and simplicity, subscribe to the unfolding journey. Every week, we explore practices and perspectives that open the heart, clear the mind, and deepen the path. Leave a comment below. What simple ritual brings you peace? What does silence mean in your life? And as always, thank you for walking this journey with presence and heart.